Hi everyone, welcome to MarikaCreations. Today I'm going a little bit out of my comfort zone. For my first project, I will make a sculpture out of 2 pieces of firewood. And I'm using a bunch of tools to get there, you will see in just a moment. And the second one, I will make a wooden sign. I've made signs before, but this one I'm choosing a carving tool technique that I haven't used before. I was not super pleased with the result, but I will show it to you anyways. Maybe there are things and ideas you can take away from that project. Before we get started, I quickly want to mention that this video is part of the Power Up collaboration, and it's all about using power tools and feel comfortable about doing so. The collaboration is hosted by Zana at OK at Home DIY and Sarah at Can Sarah DIY It. Links, you will find them down in my description to all the creators participating in this collaboration, and also a link to the playlist of this collaboration for more power tool inspiration. So stay tuned for all this. For my first DIY, I'm making a sculpture out of this piece of firewood and another smaller piece. So tell me, can you see? This looks like a back and the bottom of a woman to me. Can you see that? And I will make her pregnant because she has a hole there, the womb, and I will use this glass bowl as the stomach. And put maybe this angel in there. And some other pieces. I have not figured it out at this point just yet. Like that. And a heart I will use as well in this project. So let's get started. I start out by tracing this glass ball and see how much I need to cut away in order for it to fit a little better, because I want it a little further into the wood, just a little bit. And this piece here will be the breasts of my woman. So I will take off the bark like that, piece by piece, just hacking my way through the bark until it's completely bare. Now I'm taking this multifunctional tool here. It's a saw and cutter for smaller projects. I'm taking off small pieces at a time to get the shape that I want. And I'm also going in by hand, just carving away and rasping, shaping it into the breast of a woman. And you just have to be patient, just piece by piece, little by little. It took me a while. Now hubby is holding the big piece and I'm drilling away with this huge drill that is the same size as what I have traced a little earlier with the glass ball. And now I am just hacking away to get pieces off so it will fit my glass ball. And I'm doing it by hand, as you can see here, but I will also use this electrical cutter, this tool here, just small pieces at a time. It cannot handle huge pieces, so I'm going on the edges just a little at a time, like you see me do here. And when I'm working with power tools, most of the time I am taking precautions, having my gloves on in case you would slip with the tool. It will not cut your skin but your glove instead. So that's a good thing to have in mind. If you're new to my channel, hi! I am Marika, and on this channel I do lots of DIYs, thrift flips, trash to treasure, renovation of my home, some pottery, some painting, anything creative really. Please join me. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and join my YouTube family. Now I'm drilling a hole at the bottom of my wood piece, all the way through to that hole that is already there, the room, as I said earlier, because I will put in some fairy lights in there. And as soon as I'm done with this hole, I will do a carving with another tool, with a wood router, so that the cord could go through there and it will stay steady in place. This tool right here, it's called a wood router, and it's perfect for that. Looks good, doesn't it? Now I'm on to sanding the breasts of my sculpture with this electric hand sander. And I noticed that this wood piece in particular was very eaten by insects. It had holes in it and didn't know what to do. Start again or maybe work with it. I decided to work with it and cover these holes with just a wood filler. So I'm spackling it on, all over them actually, because it was full of those holes there. Once I am happy, I just set them aside to dry for a bit. Now I will embellish the bowl a little bit, and like you see there, just swirl with this window relief paint. And I'm putting it on the inside, so you can't mess it up if you would touch that bowl. Now I'm working on the big piece again to get to the nooks and crannies, really get it nice and smooth. So I am taking this tool here. It's saw from the beginning, but I've just put on a steel brush, so it will take away all the dirt from the inside and where I can't reach as easily with other tools. Protective glasses are a must here. I'm working on the small details, the heart. It's flexible, it's like a rubber heart, and I will want some texture on it. But first, before I do that, I will drill a hole, because through that hole I will thread the fairy lights, or some of them at least. So I'm putting spackle on this heart to get some texture and to get it more three-dimensional on the sides and on the back and everywhere, and just set it aside to dry for a bit. Now it's time to attach the breasts to the body of the woman. So I'm drilling holes right through, pilot holes like that. And then I chose where I want to put them, take some wood glue for an even stronger hold, and then screw them into place. And I have sank down the screws a little bit so I can spackle over them. And since I have begun spackling already, I just decided to spackle some more, because I have to paint that portion anyway. So I fill in all the cracks in between the breasts and the body to make it look a little prettier. And then it's a drying process again. My intention with this piece is to celebrate women and to celebrate the creation of life, because life is precious And we must not forget that. My piece has now dried, looking great. I think I have sanded it off a little bit just with a piece of sandpaper to get it really nice and smooth. And now I will tape it off where I don't want any paint with this masking tape. And I created a pattern that I thought might look good on the back as well, even though I didn't spackle anything there, but I thought it would look more cohesive that way. I am painting the upper part of the body with a dark brown color. I have just mixed some brown with some black together, and I will go over certain portions of it with a burgundy color as well to get even more dimension to it. Now I'm taking off the masking tape, and I think it looks good. I am pleased with the result. What do you think? The inside of the stomach, the womb as I call it, will be painted in a black acrylic paint. Now I'm painting the heart in a burgundy color. I've just mixed in some black with my red acrylic paint, so it's a little bit darker. Now I'm taking my go-to creamy golden color and rub a little bit of it on the inside of my piece, on that black, to get some effects, and also on the upper part that I have painted. On the front and on the back where I did not paint, I will now put on this stain. It's a natural oak stain. Just paint it on with a paintbrush, and I actually didn't have to rub any excess off, so I left it as is. But there is a part of this sculpture that is more rough, this part here. That does not look particularly like a woman. I will whitewash this with some white acrylic with some water mixed into it, so I can apply it a little easier and wipe off the excess. But take a look at this piece here from this side. To me it looks like a sitting cat. Can you see that? You will see more clearly in just a moment, because I decided, why not make it look like a white cat? Because white cat stands for purity, a pure soul. And that's what the creation of life is, isn't it? Pure love. Now I'm taking this mini carving tool and I am writing La vie, life, on the side of my sculpture. And this tool here, it's very convenient, but it sounds like a dental drill. Not very nice. But anyways, it's fun to work with. I never worked with it before, so trying it out here. I'm making some other markings as well while I'm at it. Now for the glass bowl, and I decided to go for this candle holder here, and I had to remove the bottom of it in order to press it inside that glass bowl. And I wanted to put that angel in the center, but it was too big, so I decided to skip the angel and put just a golden succulent in the center. And my heart there, I will put the fairy lights through like that, and it will look like the force of life from the mother flows into the new life in the center of the water lily. So I'm pulling the fairy lights through that hole in the bottom like that, and I am just bundling them up, and I will push them down in that black hole there, leaving just 3 lights for the heart. It will look like that. Now I need to secure the pieces inside. Some hot glue onto a couple of the petals of the water lily to keep it in place, and also that centerpiece, that golden succulent that I've just sprayed with a gold spray paint. Now for the heart, pull that fairy light through. And see if it works, and secure it with some hot glue, and then also put some hot glue on the heart and secure that in place. Perfect. Now I am laying her down, and I'm putting some extra strong glue where the ball touches the wood, and then I am filling in all the gaps all the way around the ball with the same glue. Just smooth it out as I go. After a couple of days of drying, here she is, looking pretty, I think. Does she look like a pregnant woman? I don't know, but maybe the essence of it. A sculpture is not as concrete and obvious as an everyday object, so you have to put a little imagination into it. It's in the eyes of the beholder, your own interpretation. And when I turn her, you can see that silhouette of the cat. Or can you? There you can see the battery pack. It's very small, so you can easily hide it behind the sculpture. So tell me what you think. For my second DIY, I will make a sign using this piece of a pallet wood board, and I will cut it to size like that using my miter saw. Here I have taken our hand router and making the edges rounded, a beautiful edge with this tool here. Just press it down and steer it alongside the wood board. And it looks good, doesn't it? Beautiful, but now it needs some sanding, so I'm taking my battery driven electric sander, just smoothing out all sides, back and front, and also my sanding block around the edges. I'm sketching out with just a pencil the word welcome, so I know how large I need to make each letter. And here I'm using that electrical carving tool just a tiny drill bit at the end there, and I'm carving away the letters welcome. And I'm very new at this, as I said earlier, so it didn't go super well. I'm not super happy with the result of it. It looks a bit shaky, but practice makes perfect, so it will look better in the future, I guess. And here I am filling in the letters with black acrylic paint in the grooves that I just made. And then I am sanding all over it, so if I have messed up, I just sand that off so the paint will remain just in the grooves. But I thought it was a little shaky looking still, so I'm taking a black Sharpie and just smoothing the letters out just a tiny bit to make it a little better looking. And here I'm embellishing each side with some fall leaves and seed pods and acorns. If you like this video and videos like this, hit that like button and the subscribe button as well for more inspirational videos. And here it is, my welcome sign, looking pretty in my kitchen. And even if it's not the best outcome, maybe it can give you some ideas how to make a sign of your own. So tell me, what do you think of my creations today? Did you have a favorite? Let me know in the comments. Now it's time to head on over to my description box and hit that playlist link to this collaboration. Just click and enjoy. Thank you so very much for watching. See you soon again in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.